ToonGrin.
Hey everybody, Whyboy here, and with 2016 over, a year of rising tensions, disappointments, and a lot of bitterness, we look at 2017 as the year that will solve all our woes and worries. Fat chance that'll happen, but there's still movies coming out that will hopefully brighten our day or drive us to early depression. Now, I'm not usually one to look at trailers or sneak peeks, just want the good old unbiased first viewing of a movie, but because search algorithms are sort of like... I decided it'd be a cool change of pace to give you all my first impressions of the animated films I'm checking out this year and what I'm really stoked for. But being just positive would be healthy to my mental stability, so I'll fix that by also listing the top 5 films I'm completely dreading like a viral infection too. Let's go! "2017 animation-wise wasn't really setting up to really whet my appetite. An idea of this feeling was watching the trailer for Scooby-Doo Shaggy's Showdown and questioning whether a trailer can put you into a coma with sheer boredom. So my anticipated 5th movie made way for a near 4-way tie between the artistry of The Red Turtle, the sequel intrigue of Resident Evil Vendetta, the thankfully good quality of Smurfs The Lost Village, and the curiosity of just the concept of the My Little Pony theatrical movie. All these movies have the makings to really stand out this year for various reasons unique to them, but I think The Red Turtle just edges by into the winning spot, mostly because now I get the excuse to have artsy animated movie street cred. Yeah! On the other hand, listening to Big 5 I'm dreading was insultingly easy, if Shaggy's Showdown wasn't already indication of that. And we start with Alec Baldwin's The Boss Baby. Based on the children's book of the same name, The Boss Baby asks us the deep, philosophical questions. Like how long till we get a baby fart joke? Not only did first trailers make the story to Boss Baby seem so by the book, dull and archetypical, but it really undersells the talent they have on display in the movie. Alec Baldwin and Miles Bakshi do seem to give good performances in the much better edited trailers. The only reason I think Boss Baby will at least be chuckle-worthy is that Alec is playing it so over the top and campy as the baby. Just by sheer so bad it's good standards, it'll be hilarious I think to watch him. But in all honesty, I expect the film to be forgotten after release like a pile of thrown away diapers. This is obviously cheating for a top 5 list, but if I had listed this at 4 and 5, I'd literally be recycling my thoughts. Who do you think I am, the animators of Alpha and Omega? But with both number 4 anticipated films having great colorful animation with simple, archetypical stories, and trailers that give the tone of simple, childlike wonder, Leap and Rock Dog both are films I'm looking forward to for the exact same reasons. And thinking about it, they oddly have similar stories, with a bright-eyed youth escaping their familiar surroundings to go to the big cities to follow their dreams. With Leap focusing more on showing a time capsule of the period's dance style and aesthetics, and Rock Dog focusing on showing boisterous loud emotion through color and music. These two films definitely don't look like they'll set the world alight, but sometimes a simple, emotional, and fun story told well is all you need. Speaking of emotional, wow, how emotionally manipulative. When Cars 3's trailer hit the scene with Lightning McQueen's old and worn out wheels flipping and crashing in that gruesome crash, everyone went nuts for it, calling it a brand new darker direction for the Cars series. Everyone in awe at this bold new twist on them, and I just gotta ask, who wanted the darker Cars? Everyone that I saw who liked Cars liked it for its simplistic underdog story. And everyone who liked Cars 2 just really liked Larry the Cable Guy for some reason. What Cars fan wanted to see a grim, dark Cars? And even for those who did, let me read you Pixar's storyline for Cars 3. Blindsided by a new generation of blazing fast racers, the legendary Lightning McQueen is suddenly pushed out of the sport he loves. To get back in the game, he will need the help of an eager young race technician with their own plan to win. Great! The first one was a generic underdog story, so the last one must be a generic retiree training a newcomer story. Ugh. If that sounds like a new direction for Cars to you, then maybe I can sell you a car. don't worry, the scratches it has on it just makes it more mature. I'll be honest, the Despicable Me movies have sort of made me all sour. Sure, it started out with a fantastic movie with fluid animation, funny characters, and nice emotional moments, but when the sequel rolled around, to me it felt like it was pulling an Ice Age 2, was getting the main character a girlfriend being the backbone of the story, and don't forget, because of this film's success, we got such classics as the Minions movie. But Despicable Me 3's first impressions felt like a sweet, familiar milkshake of awesomeness. The humor, the quality animation from a studio not Disney or DreamWorks, Steve Carell as Gru. It felt like the first movie again, but bigger, which was great. As long as the Yellow Pimple Brigade don't hog the spotlight again, then I guess Despicable will be the last thing this movie is. First movie, obvious porno name. Now the second movie, obvious porno name with possibly an outdoor sex theme. Childish jokes aside though, when a movie starring a miserable sounding BoJack Horseman squirrel already came across as one of the most ineptly written, animated, and totally miserable products of 2014, yeah, a sequel doesn't really pique my interest to see more. But because of monies, I guess, we got Nutty by Nature. A story where Bojack the Squirrel has to save the park from the greedy mayor who wants to bulldoze it down. Never heard that one before, except for Yogi Bear, Rio 2, and Alpha and Omega Dino Diggs. Wow, making those comparisons alone kind of epitomizes how crap I think this is gonna be. Batman in recent years has been portrayed as the dark, brooding, slight serial killer-ish, foreboding warrior of the night, 100% serious with very little levity to him, which sort of made a lot of comic and non-comic book fans go, "Sweet Christmas, Batman, just lighten the hell up! Your parents died decades ago! Do you just need a hug or something?" Well, now it's the Lego movie here to say, you want a silly Batman? Here you go! Taken from the characterization of Batman from 2014's The Lego Movie, this is now a full-scale, light-hearted, goofy beacon of justice shining on our favorite Bat-themed hero, depicting him as not a stoic warrior hardened by past trauma, but more a cranky, prepubescent, spoiled man-child, and I'm all for that, especially if that includes the rest of the Lego Batman world can be just as silly, self-aware, and satisfying to watch. Yep, you knew this was gonna make it onto the list. A movie based on emojis. What can you take from that, except thinking it's the stupid sounding Emoji Movie? From reading the basic plot summary, I do think the movie won't be god-awful by any stretch, but what really makes me dread this is just the promotion of the movie. Seriously, when you are making posters like this classic shit happens, you aren't trying to sell your movie, you are buying page views through controversy. Which, by the way, Sony did with Ghostbusters 2016, and we all saw how well that performed at the box office. So bravo, Emoji Movie! Me and the rest of the viewing audience have lowered our expectations to bedrock level for you. And unless you and Mr. Poop with his suave Patrick Stewart voice can pull a miracle, I'm expecting you to go lower than that and burn the Earth's core. My thoughts on these cheap live-action animated movies out there can be summed up by this picture of Marmaduke, Scooby-Doo, and Yogi Bear wearing backwards caps in a blank barren room, forcefully modernized, stale, and just irritating to look at. Who would have thought, though, that not only would a live-action anime movie turn out to not only be funny, faithful to the source material, and have a nice emotional center to it, but would be so good, me and Nero would end up watching it 6 times. I'm serious, we really enjoyed it that much, as we really were enveloped in the simple, silly nature of Paddington Bear, as that's all a Paddington Bear movie needed to be. Just silly misadventures in a small-scale setting, nothing more complex than that, and it's enjoyable for that. And from the summary of Paddington Bear 2, a story about Paddington getting odd jobs and such to get a gift for Aunt Lucy's 100th birthday, It's keeping true to that nice, simple focus that made the first film so strong, so I don't see why I wouldn't love the second movie. Oh, no. I never liked Captain Underpants. I read the comics as a kid, in the library when bored and all that stuff, and they were just dumb. It clearly is a story series centered around the logic and humor of a child's imagination. My criticism, though, is their particular kids' imaginations they're centering on is that of some annoying brats, with stories centered around a brainwashed, unfunny asshole character getting into shenanigans, and the boys get comeuppance by having to save the day with him. I'm sure this won't be the worst film of the year by any stretch of the term. The writer Nicholas Stoller has written great films like the recent Muppets movies, and even when he's off the mark a bit like with Storks, the writing is serviceable at the very least. Plus, DreamWorks is a studio who loves picking up the most obscure intellectual property to play with it. Take for example all of these. So I couldn't think of a better company to take on CU. Still, it's just my biased first impressions giving off from the sneak peeks and all that. But the first epic Captain Underpants movie will hopefully be the last one. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you're looking forward to a great year in animation from 2017. ToonGrin is back in full swing after our break, so stay tuned for more reviews, and if you want to help reviews come out more frequently, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon to be notified right away when a new video comes out. Until then, be sure to tune in to ToonGrin. See ya!